What do you get when you mix a health coach and a wellness coach mixed with a lot of curiosity? You get two people who ask a lot of questions about health and wellness. Today, we ask, what role does the liver play in your health?
A few weeks ago, I met with an acupuncturist who told me my liver was blocked. So I was curious as to what role the liver plays and what do we do to increase its health. So let's get started as we ask.
Wait, what? So many questions on this acupuncturist. She told
Yeah,
you your liver was blocked?
yeah.
Could she see that by just looking at your face?
I think a little bit, but she had asked me a lot of questions. But I'm going to hold off on answering this until we
Oh,
get
okay.
into the
Okay.
topic.
Oh, that's right. I just wanted to dive in and get my questions out. But anyway, how are you? Calm
We
down.
can't help it. We're just so nosy and curious, both of us.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
It is
So,
fall weather, which is my favorite.
yeah, not mine, but yours. And you look fall. Good. I mean, not
I
like
I like it. I'm waiting for sweaters. I love them.
you and my daughter, she loves her sweaters so much.
Yeah.
I mean, I wear them, but not because I like them, because I'm freezing.
Yeah.
So, so do you have an update on your call to action?
I think I do. It
Okay.
was I gave myself a C. I was supposed to pay attention and be more mindful about my eating.
Yeah, eat. I wrote down eat, pause, and ask yourself if you're full.
hmm I was really, really trying to do that. And then I would catch myself like, oh, I forgot to check if I was hungry or full. So that's what I mean. I gave myself a C. I think it's a work in progress, but I think it was helpful because there would be times where I'm like, I didn't really need to eat all that, and now I feel sick. So I did catch myself, and the days where I'm like, I'm gonna stop,
So
that
you
I
give yourself
felt
a
much
C
better.
because you're better at it.
Yeah, I'm better at it.
Okay. I think
You know,
it's
I
great.
always strive for an A plus.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm gonna keep doing it. I think it's
When you
helpful.
do it,
Chewing.
does it help?
Yes.
You
I
actually
don't
listen, I guess is my question, because I don't know if I would listen to myself.
The more I'm reading about slowing down, the more impactful it is on our bodies. It If you eat slow, just eating slow, nothing else, okay? It can lower your the blood sugar spikes after you eat.
So just by chewing and eating slowly.
Eating slow is the first thing. Chewing is
Okay.
the second thing. If you
Oh.
chew a lot, it helps your body to break down the particles and extract the nutrition. So your body doesn't have to work as hard and it knows what to do. And it's just it that is also a piece of slowing down. So I think the benefits are huge to really, really taking it slow. And our life right now, we're just so busy all the time. We don't have time to sit down and eat.
One of these weeks, my call to action has to be to chew. I'm not ready for it yet, but because I don't
Yeah.
know if I pay attention to that at all. I don't.
Yeah. I get it. It's like, oh, that was only 4 bites and it's already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why. Like, is it because I want to hurry up and be done and move on to the next thing?
Yes. I think so. Because you have so much going on in your life. You don't have time.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I don't even want to eat. I just want to do nothing, including not even eat.
hmm And I think a lot of people are facing that.
Hmm.
A lot of people are so busy. They have so much on their calendar. Something has to get sacrificed. And usually it's self-care. And I put eating in part in terms of self-care.
Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting topic too. Is eating self-care?
I believe it is.
And if I eat like crap, then I'm not really doing self-care.
No, because your body's not going to be able to um,
Extrapolate.
extract the maximum nutrients from the food.
Oh, this is really sad then, because maybe I don't have any self-care.
Oh, well, that makes sense to me because you're always doing, 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 doing.
Yeah, but that's so interesting. Like, I don't know, I think of self-care as like getting my nails done, getting my hair done,
hmm
getting a massage. I don't do any of those.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you go on a different level, it's like self-care can be just eating healthy foods. And if I'm not
Yes.
doing that, then really, what is there?
Well, because you prioritize sleep, and that's an
Well,
important part
that,
of your
okay,
self-care.
I guess you could call that my self-care, yeah.
But also, our nutrition has to be part of our self-care.
Oh, wow. Hmm, it's a good, that's interesting.
It
Okay.
is. What
Mhm.
about you? How did your call to action go?
My call to action was to do my arm exercises,
Mhm.
like 3 or 4 days a week, and I think I correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's been actually 2 weeks since I gave an update, and I
Right.
did it once in 2 weeks. So, I got a big fat F. And
Well,
honestly, I kinda want you to be mean to me right now.
okay, you want some tough love?
Yeah, I want you to be mean, and I want you to when I give you excuses, I want you to, like, be like, "Get rid," like, I really kinda want you to, but then I kinda don't want you to. I don't know, I'm like a hormonal mess or something. Alright, yeah, no,
No,
I do.
tough love is hard because you want someone to say, "Hey, you said it and you didn't do it," but at the same time, that shames you, and I don't wanna shame you
No, I know. That's
because
what
I
I mean.
know how much you do.
So, I thought about all of it, and I was like, "Okay, so here's." I thought about what you were gonna ask me about it, and I'm like, "Well, why what got in my way or why didn't I?"
Right.
And the reality is, honestly, there were, like, a good 5 days. I had a plan too. I was gonna do it every morning at 7:30 AM.
Okay.
It's a good time. Everybody's gone from my house by then. I'm usually home by myself for a half hour before I go to work. That was, like, a good time. I mean, there were a couple days when I couldn't. I had to go to Giant Eagle or whatever, had to do something else, which fine. But on the days I was home, I don't even think I thought about it. 'Cause so it wasn't like I was deliberately not doing it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like it popped in my head and I went, "I don't have time." I genuinely didn't even remember to do it a lot of those days.
What were you doing when you were home?
So then that's my next thing was, like, I was either doing a load of laundry real quick or trying to get dinner ready so that when I came home, I didn't have to do dinner then. So I was doing things
Mhm.
every day. There was not one day that I wasn't. But what I thought about was like, well, why don't I set an alarm on my phone?
Mhm.
And then I was like, because I have like 6 alarms already set on my phone and I don't want another alarm.
That's fair.
I know, but it's also a cop out and it's also a bullshit excuse
Why is doing arm exercises important to you?
because I do want to have strength. I want to. I genuinely want to. I want to feel stronger.
Okay. What
And it's not
and what
hard and I don't mind doing them. That is not something that I dread doing. I don't mind doing them.
I think there's a problem that you have to address before you can get to arm exercises.
What's that?
I think you're so overloaded that when you're at home or when you have a little bit of downtime, you just wanna rest. Like, your mind is actually tired.
Yeah, which could be, but I'm not resting at the time that I've set for this anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you all still your list is still going. You still have to do laundry, you still have to cook dinner, you still have
Right.
to drive somebody somewhere, somebody needs a project done,
No, you're
somebody
right. That's true.
I mean, there's the list is still going, so when you have a minute, you're not thinking about arm
Mm-mm.
exercises.
Never. And I want to though.
And you wanna do it every day?
No, I want to do it 3 or 4 days. So if ideally if I did it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then I'd be good for the week.
How about you do it 2 days to start?
I would be fine with even 2 days.
There's a thing I was reading about in one of my classes. It says aim low. So what that means is if you want to work up to every day doing arm exercises like your mom, you need to start at a place where it's really attainable for you. If you say 2 days, is that attainable?
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought 3 was. Because 'Cause I'm like, "Oh, if I don't do it Monday through Friday, I could do it Saturday and Sunday."
Well, 3 isn't. So then,
I know. So yeah, I guess I'm saying is I definitely would think 2 is. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
But
don't know. You
maybe I
should
should shoot for 1
maybe you should.
because it's stupid. It's just
Well, what happens is when you set a goal and you don't accomplish it, you feel really disappointed in yourself. And then all
yeah,
the negative self-talk happens, like, "I'm such a loser. What's wrong with me? I could have done it. Why didn't I do it?"
yeah.
All the negative self-talk happens, and that doesn't help anybody.
I think I'm more disappointed because now I'm farther away from where I wanted to be.
Mhm,
You know what I mean?
mhm.
It's not even that I didn't do it that or I feel like I was lazy because I don't think I was lazy at all this week or the last week. There's not one part of me was like, "Well, I didn't get to it because I was being lazy," because that wasn't the case. I just literally just didn't make time for it.
Yeah.
So,
And that's fair.
yeah.
It's not like you're sitting around doing nothing
No,
though.
no, right, right. But anyway, and actually, there was one day I did sit one night, I sat around and did nothing, and I refused to feel guilty about it.
Yes.
And I
You
let
deserved
myself.
it.
I was like, "I'm
Yes.
not even gonna stretch because a lot of times if I do have time to watch something, I stretch during that time.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm like, "Nope, I'm gonna lay right here."
Yep.
So, anyway.
Yep.
Thank you
So
for being kind of in my face, but not mean.
I'm not, I don't want to be mean. That
I know,
doesn't serve anybody.
I know, but sometimes I like being mean.
I like being mean. I don't want somebody
I
to be
like
mean to me.
sometimes I look at how Jordan Sayet says things, and I love it. Like, he posted something recently about God, I don't even remember, I could pull it up, though, and I was like, "God, I wish I could say that to some people, but I just can't."
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah. I don't want to talk like that. I don't know. I like watching it. I don't want it directed at
That's what I
me.
mean, I love it. I'm like, "Dang, he's good. He's right on the money."
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, what's
All
your
right.
thing you love?
I was just going to say, I wanted to share. Okay. This is a little bit of an overlap from a previous, what I love. But I love to listen to Dr. Mark Hyman, his
Yes.
podcast. He has one that's called Doctor's Pharmacy with an F. He has a new one. It's called Health Hacks.
Oh,
I love it. He does.
really?
So far he hasn't had guests, I don't think, and very interesting topics like about cancer and about toxins and about it's just super interesting. Sometimes it goes a little above my head. I feel kind of dumb when I listen to it,
That's
but
what I feel like when I listen to him. I get lost in
yeah.
him. Yeah.
But I'm trying to take the essence of what he's saying, because he's
Okay.
a medical doctor and a scientist, and
So give me
it's
an
a
example of one of his health hacks.
so he was talking about how cancer rates have really skyrocketed and why.
Oh.
And a lot of it comes from our lifestyle and things that we're consuming, doing around us. So I think it's interesting because everybody knows someone touched by cancer.
Mhm.
Everybody.
And a lot of it is to do with our lifestyles.
Yes. That's probably the number one reason that rates are skyrocketing. Even people so young are getting them now, getting cancer.
Oh, yeah. It's sad.
So
It's
So I really like it. I enjoy it. There are parts of it that I'm like, dude, I don't understand you. But overall, I think he's so smart and I get it. I like it.
it's so true. So true. Also real quick, this episode comes out on a day we come out Tues this episode comes out Tuesday.
Right?
And that's a day that is I'm following heavily in the news. I don't know if you have heard of this. This is the day when a huge group of people are marching to Kellogg's headquarters.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and it's like, I have it on my calendar, I've signed the petition. Um, it started with the Food Babe and, like, 2 other people that I follow on Instagram. They're going to headquarters October 15th to 2024. Details are, like, if you follow them, and they're really protesting on changing the ingredients in their cereal. They're not saying ban them, they're saying, "Give us the same cereal you give Canada and Australia and all the other countries. We want those same
Mm,
ingredients."
right.
So, I think it's pretty cool, and I keep following it. So, just if you guys are interested in it like I am, I follow it. I messaged her and I said, "I wish I could march with you. Go gir" I, like, did, like, a "Go you go, girl." I wish
Oh,
I could march with you, but I can't that day.
yeah.
I
That's
think
great. I've also been following that. I think they banned it in California, which is
finally
such a
California did, yeah.
positive first step. Positive.
Mhm. But that's a perfect example of what you were talking about with Mark Hyman,
Yeah.
like, those are the type of things that we eat since we're 2, 3. I
Hmm.
mean, for some people, that might be their baby's first food is literally a
Hmm.
Fruit Loop from Kellogg's to suck on.
Or when they're kids and they go to the doctor and they get what? What did they get when they're done?
Oh, yeah, a lollipop or a sucker,
Yeah.
or right now, my kids in the summer would get popsicles, which are loaded with food dye too,
Mhm.
so yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I think the more education we can give ourselves, the more we can make a change that fits for us, which
mm,
leads me to my next point. Okay.
okay,
I want to do a challenge for November.
Okay, I'm scared.
So I'm giving everybody 2 weeks to think about this,
Okay.
and it can be custom made. What I would
Mhm.
like to do, November is my birthday month. You know, I love my birthday.
You love it.
I love it. And I want to celebrate in a way that, okay, I what has happened in this year, past year, is my weight keeps steadily creeping up. And I think I'm doing all the things, but I'm disgusted where the number's going.
Okay,
And it
but
has
can I
nothing
stop
to,
you?
yeah.
You have to let everybody also know that you probably are doing every single thing that you're supposed to do, but your stress level has been higher this year than in past years. So you have to remember that part of it too before you tell us the challenge.
Oh, that makes me like all warm and fuzzy in my
Because
heart.
maybe you need a self-care part of this challenge.
Oh,
Anyway, go on.
that's really good. I like that. So, what I was thinking was, I'm tired of the pity party.
Okay.
I'm tired of like getting mad. I want to take action and I
Oh,
want to invite everybody to take action with me. So, I'm going to try to create 3 non negotiables for the month. And what I think I would like to do, but everybody can do it how they want, is add one every week. So the first week I want to do 3. And then if
oh,
I accomplish those, I
like
want
so a
to,
trifecta.
yes, a trifecta. Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And then if I accomplish those 3 the first week and I feel good about it and I feel like I can maintain it, then maybe I'll add one more. But
So
if I don't,
you're not focusing on weight.
no, I want to just feel better. I want to feel like I used to, like I was active and I felt my muscles and I didn't have to worry so much about what I was eating. I want all of that to be back in line.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Do you know what they're going to be yet? Or are you going to let us know?
No, I want to think about this because I think what you just said is really important is maybe my self-care piece has to be there. That
Well, because you have eaten right and you have been moving your body more and you have been doing things,
yes.
like paying attention to when you're full and stuff like that. So I think for you, a huge piece of this has got to be that stress factor.
Yes.
I mean, and you
Do
can't
you,
make it go away. So what would you do instead?
right. Right.
Hmm.
And what I would like to do in these next 2 weeks is create a form and post it on our social media so that if people want to join along, they can say, I accomplished this. And we would love for them to post and what they're doing and give us inspiration because maybe they think of something that we don't even have a clue about.
I like this, the trifecta challenge.
You even gave it a name. I love that.
Oh, I just came up with it. I don't even know. But I think that's an interest and it doesn't have to be what all of us are the same thing is what you're saying. Is like it could be different.
It has to be different because
Mhm.
you and I are different. Look at how different our lives are, what we like, our lifestyle. We can't do the same things. That's not fair to either one of us. It has to be custom made.
Okay. So what do you need to feel good?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And if I feel good, maybe I'm not going to care about the number on the scale as much.
Oh, you think?
Maybe.
You know what? There's a girl on Saturday in our Saturday call to action that basically says that. She doesn't care what that number says right now because she feels good
Hmm.
and she's doing the things. So if you're doing what you need to do to take care of
Yeah.
yourself.
Yes.
You want to know something truthfully though in my head as you're what I'm thinking of what I would make mine. They're all horrible things because they're all no's. They're all like,
No,
"Don't have candy, don't have cookies," and that's not gonna get me anywhere, that's not gonna
no,
get
that's not the challenge.
right, but that's what my trifectas are in my head saying,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not helpful at all. Like, literally, my head was like, "Okay, my trifecta is one of them's gotta be to not eat gluten." Like, that's not
Mm.
gonna be helpful.
Or maybe it's finding alternatives for gluten.
Yeah, I think I gotta figure out the wording. Do you know what I
Because
mean?
when we did our sugar challenge, we failed a little bit because of that. If you say no sugar, okay, so and
Yeah. Yeah, I failed that whole I just assumed, like, pretend we didn't do that challenge. I just was gonna deny we did it, but whatever.
Mm,
You wanna call it out, go for it. No.
yeah, that's what I do. So
Okay.
think on it and we'll put out a graphic or a form or something.
I
And if
like
you
it.
want to join us,
I
please
will
do.
do it because it's your birthday request. No, I'm just
Thank
kidding. I would
you.
do it anyway. I think it's a great idea, actually.
It
So,
has to be positive, doable actions. It can't be negatives or anything you take away.
hmm trifectas. I feel like I need a month of a November calendar with
Hmm.
like 3 lines in it each day to say like what they're going to be. Because I'm thinking my trifecta would be something different on a Saturday and a Sunday than a Monday through a Friday.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes. But I think that's what is customizable. For me, there are three things I want to accomplish every day. And maybe it's just like sleep and meditate and exercise. Or for you, it might be Saturday's different than Monday.
Right.
So
hmm
it has to be however it looks to you, but three actionable steps.
Yeah. Okay. We can do this. We can get this done. I like it a
Yes.
lot. Okay. All right.
Let's get into
Well, let's
this.
get into this. You just said that at the same time. So back up a minute and tell me about you when you went to the acupuncturist. She said your liver was blocked.
My liver was blocked. And apparently, what she explained to me is that the liver does most of its job when you sleep.
Okay.
And if you don't sleep well or you don't sleep enough, that's a problem right there because the liver doesn't have time to do its full job.
Okay.
And if it's not functioning optimally, because there's a lot of it's think of it like a sieve or a net, and a lot of things are backed up. Okay, I have a really gross analogy,
Me
but
too. I thought of a gross analogy when you said this
was it
too.
the shower?
Yes, it is. The drain in the shower with my hair
Yes,
gets all in it
yes.
and Alyssa's hair because she's got
Any
so
two
much of it.
girls in the shower, forget it.
Yeah.
The shower is clogged. So if
Yeah.
your liver is clogged, things are going to back up. And what happens to that is it backs up into your body, which
Mm,
creates a whole mess of problems.
okay.
So I
So
thought that was
wait, did you have pain in your side?
no,
Were your eyes yellow or any yellow signs or
no,
she could
no.
just do you believe her?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it had to do with remember I was talking about my bloating and my
Yes,
digestive
right.
issues. And I think I'm not able to let my liver do its job completely.
Well, because you okay, so I have another question real quick on that. Do you think you're getting to bed at a better time?
I'm trying to work on my sleep
Okay.
really, really desperately because I
Okay.
think the more regular I am, the better I sleep and the better I feel and I can function and, the whole thing with sleep.
I'm very
So,
intrigued to see if you do sleep better if your bloating goes down.
well, I think it's all connected, right? If you sleep
Right.
better, you eat better.
You eat better, right.
If you eat better, you're less bloated.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all connected.
Okay.
You're not picking the chips, you're picking
Right.
I don't know, carrots. No, that's not a good one. But you know what I mean?
I
Like
know
you're
what you mean.
picking healthy
Yeah.
stuff.
All right. So then
I
so then
I
you said,
found
let's do this topic. And I was like, let's go. So
yes.
where did you go?
So I found a very staggering statistic, which is why I think this topic is relevant to basically everybody.
Okay.
1 out of 3 American adults have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease.
So that's when your liver is, for lack of a better term, sick
Mhm.
or not performing optimally and has nothing
Right.
to do with your alcohol intake.
No, nothing to do with alcohol. We're not talking about that today
Okay. Wow.
because I think that's a whole different topic. And I don't know if either one of us is qualified because we
I'm
don't
not.
drink.
Right. I'm not. I'm barely qualified to talk about this topic. Let's be honest here.
But 1 out of 3.
Wow. So that's, I know somebody for sure, or several people then with it.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we have it, who we don't even know.
Right. That's a good point.
I
Wow.
don't know. I was just like, whoa, that's a,
That's an
I,
interesting fact that people don't talk about enough. Like you don't hear people's like people this is horrible, but people I hear people all the time say, God, I'm so constipated. But I don't hear anybody ever go, I have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease.
yeah. Well, you hear about it, but you're like, "Oh, it's a random thing that
Yeah,
that
only
person
certain people
has."
did it.
Yeah.
Right.
No, not true.
We don't there's certain things that people don't talk about that they have, and maybe because they don't know they have it.
Right.
Huh.
Did you know that fatty liver disease is too much fat that builds up in the liver?
I did, but I also looked at, the fact that about it because I was, like, really intrigued on it. I'm like, "Well, what how does weight, how does weight obesity and weight gain and weight loss and all of that?" But it's not only that when you gain weight from being overweight, you accumulate fat beneath the skin, but then it actually like, fat actually accumulates on the liver.
Hmm.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not actually know that
I didn't
there's
know that
going
either.
to be fat deposits on them. That's what is actually known as that, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease.
Hmm.
Also, this is so stupid, but I didn't even realize where fat accumulates. I just was like, "Oh, it's like"
Around the stomach.
but fat goes around all your organs and everywhere. Like, I just was thinking about, like, my particular, like, body, and I'm like, "Oh, I have fat here, like my arm." But it's also,
Uh-huh.
like, surrounding my organs and stuff, and that was like, "Oh, wow." That went a whole
Yeah.
level, you know?
Yeah.
Also, wanna know what made me feel a little bit okay, a little bit better?
What?
The liver weighs at least 3 pounds. So, in my head, when I read that, I exactly I'm not even joking, I subtracted 3 pounds from what I weighed that morning, and I'm like, "Oh, so really I only weigh whatever."
Wait, but
Felt good about that.
okay. But you're made up of all your organs and
I know, but
blood
I'm like,
and
there's confirmation that it's at least 3 pounds, so I can at least go
okay.
3 pounds of my weight is at least my liver. That's how obsessed I am with the scale apparently, that I actually did the
This
math.
this makes me laugh so much.
Can you believe I did that?
Yeah, actually I can.
I did. I went, "Oh,
Not
okay."
because of it's you, because that's what we're like, "Oh, that explains it." Or if someone says, "Oh, your abdomen's only your appendix is only this small," you're like, "Oh, that weighs nothing. Nothing
Yeah,
came out of my body if my appendix is out."
3 pounds. I
Yeah.
was very happy about that. It's also your 2nd largest organ, by the way.
Oh,
So, thought that was a fun fact too.
what's the first one?
I didn't look the first one up,
Okay. All
but I
right, that's
can do
fine.
a live
No,
time.
no
Okay.
problem. Um, fatty liver disease is usually asymptomatic.
Meaning you don't know you have it.
You
So
don't know,
it could be
but it can
more people.
cause fatigue, pain in the upper right abdomen, and it's caused by any number of risk factors, including dun, 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 obesity, high fat diet, high alcohol intake, and diabetes.
Mhm. So, it's like those things cause fatty liver disease?
Hmm.
Yeah.
And diabetes in particular is so prevalent in our society now.
Mhm.
I, I mean, this is a problem that everyone really needs to be paying attention to, and I had no idea.
I'm curious, because I read the obesity significantly increases your risk of developing it.
Hmm.
So I wonder if most people who are overweight have some mild form of it at least.
Oh, that's a good question.
What do you think?
Probably.
I don't
But
know
it
any.
doesn't happen to everybody because what
Right.
genetics get turned on is really dependent upon you
That's a great
specifically.
point, yeah. So,
I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. So
okay.
tell us what the liver does.
Okay, wait, before I do that, I also looked at a little bit more about, like, what eating excess calories does to the liver, like, what happens
Oh.
in that case. So what happens is if you're eating, like, let's say it's your birthday month and you're eating a lot more excess calories that month, it's causing the fat to build up in the liver, and it because it has so much, just like your analogy of that hair, the liver does not process and break down the fats as normal because it's getting overloaded with it. So it's just kind of
Hmm.
like doing what it can and shoving it off to this, like, all right, I'm gonna break this down and shove it off to the side, right? So I thought that was interesting because I just didn't know that the liver had anything to do with fat at all. I truly didn't. I didn't know
Yeah.
what it was for actually. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 vital tasks. I mean, it has more, but the top 5 vital tasks are it, processes your blood. Did you know that?
Hmm. Yes.
It cleans all of your blood that leaves your stomach and your intestines. I did not know that.
Hmm.
It produces bile, so it helps with digestion, which helps your body break down food and turn food into energy or fat into
Hmm.
energy rather. It metabolizes protein, carbs, and fats so that the body can use them, and it controls your blood sugar level, which, by the way, when people talk about diabetes, they always talk about their pancreas. They hardly ever talk about their liver.
Mm.
Do they? And I don't pay attention to them?
No, I think people don't know.
I had no idea that it really helps control your blood sugar level.
Yeah.
Um, the 4th one is detoxification. It neutralizes and destroys drugs and toxins and metabolizes them and forms them into easy ways that the body to use. And the last one is it
Yes.
stores vitamins, iron, and other essential chemicals as well as glycogen. So it does a ton of stuff. And if we're
There's a
overloading it with fats and crap, it's not going to work properly.
there's also one more thing that it does that
What?
I think, I mean, it does a lot, but this one is particularly important, especially for women, is it
Oh,
converts T4 to T3, which is a hormone that becomes more usable when it gets converted to T3.
what is
And
that?
it's a between 15 and 79% of, this is a terrible statistic, but of people with untreated hyper, that means overactive thyroidism, have liver problems. So the T4, which gets converted to T3, is a thyroid hormone. And if that's dysregulated, and then guess what gets affected is your thyroid. And then you have to take medicine for thyroid problems.
So, if you have thyroid problems, could it be possible that you also have fatty liver disease?
It could be. Because if you look at the whole body, it's all connected. Diabetes, fatty liver disease, thyroid issues, they're all they all have a common thread amongst all three of them.
I didn't
And then
know
you
that.
have cardiac heart disease, you have like that's repetitive. You have cardiac disease, like you have a lot of issues that are connected to basically what we're putting in our body.
I honestly, I did not know this. I just assumed that they were like pretty much standalone thing.
Mm-mm. No.
Wow, that's kind of sad and scary.
When I first learned this in one of my classes, I was like, this is I how is this connected? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
But then if you see the process of the liver and why it's so vital,
Yeah,
it's
I had
just like, wow.
no idea it was this vital at all. None.
I also was looking up, how do you know if you have a problem with your liver?
Okay. How do I know?
So you could have any one of these symptoms. You could have jaundice, which is a
Okay.
yellowing of your skin or your eyes,
Okay.
a buildup of fluid in your belly area.
Not fat, fluid.
No,
What's the
it's just
difference?
fluid, like you're jiggly.
Well, I
I don't
got
have,
that, but I don't know if it's fluid or fat.
well, I don't know either. If you bruise easily,
Okay.
if you um, have itchy skin,
Oh my god. Do you know that I every time we read symptoms, I have all of them, of every
yeah,
disease
of
ever we
course,
talk
of
about. Go on.
course. Low blood pressure,
Oh my god, I have low blood pressure.
pain in the abdomen,
Okay, don't really have that. Okay.
swelling in the legs or ankles,
Okay. Or toe?
tremors, oh, tremors,
No.
weakness or loss of balance,
Okay.
constant fatigue,
Okay.
and confusion.
Oh my god. Sometimes I feel like these things are just all the same
It's
things for all of these diseases.
yes, yes,
Like
I totally
you
agree.
could have told me that was all dementia or that was all whatever, and I would have been like, "Yes, I have that too. I have that too." Like, it's
That's the
crazy.
problem with lay people like us reading all this information because we're like, we have every disease known to
I know.
man.
You're right. Right. We do. Well, according to Google, we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we do about it?
Okay. The answer is really not a pleasant one because you're like, yeah, yeah, I already know that.
Okay.
And a really kind of a bad thing. Once the liver is damaged, there's no way to repair the liver can regrow, but typically you can't fix it if you have fatty liver disease.
Mm,
But the good news is you can kind of mitigate the symptoms. And all of these things, people are going to be like, I don't want to do that. I'm saying it to myself. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
okay.
Lose weight.
Well, some of us are saying we're freaking trying here,
Yes, we're
right?
trying.
Mhm.
Reduce alcohol consumption.
Okay.
I got that one checked.
Mhm.
Regular exercise.
'Kay.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, yeah.
Making healthy lifestyle choices. And also, this was interesting, treating associated conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol.
Oh, so if you fix those
It can
or
help.
work on those, it'll help with your
Mhm.
liver.
Yes,
Wow.
it can help.
That's interesting. I guess we should all really just can you ask your doctor to run a panel on your liver? D Is there a
I
test
don't
for that?
I don't know, but I'm sure they have tests that they can do to figure out if you have fatty liver disease,
Yeah.
non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. The other cause for some of the problems, which is sort of randomly thrown in here by because I didn't read it until now, is most people who have fatty liver disease don't end up with liver damage, but you can also have damage from toxins. So
What do you
if you are working in a place where there's a lot of chemicals or the air is contaminated, or if you're in a
Oh,
highly polluted city, any number of things can, because everything gets filtered through your liver,
okay.
and the toxins can build up and really cause a lot of damage.
So if your career, when you were younger was a sprayer of, like
Mm,
spraying chemicals on grass or something,
yes.
toxins can build up in your liver.
Yes, they should really be wearing masks.
So then
That's serious.
so what you're saying is like some of these chemicals that people breathe in, they stay in your body.
Mhm.
The liver doesn't get rid of them.
If
It might
if
not know what to do with them and it pushes them off to the side and then they just cling there kind of thing.
Well, I think it's trying to clean it up, but, like, if something spills on your floor and you're, like, scrubbing, 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 but sometimes you just have a stain.
Yeah.
It's like that. It tries very desperately to clean it up and to filter it out, but it just gets affected
That
in your
makes me
body.
sad for my liver
Yeah.
because you can't just rip it up and get a new floor. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You
There's no
can't.
way, no.
And speaking of that, I looked up, okay, so can I detox my liver?
Oh.
And I looked up, like, what can I take to fix it or cure it or any of those? And I looked up detox supplements and cleanses.
Mhm.
And the first thing I just want to say is, per John Hopkins, there's not one on the market currently in the United States that is approved and or regulated by the FDA. So, that's not to say there aren't products out there, but they're not regulated by the FDA, which means the FDA has no research on if they actually work or not. So, if you see a cleanse that says this works, that company paid for that that clinical trial. Do you know what I mean?
So if someone can market it and say, "Hey, look, I can fix your liver. Give me all your money, and here's."
And here's the statistics on it. That company did those statistics.
Mm,
So, you can I'm not telling anybody to certainly not try them, but I'm also saying at the same time, like, it may be a waste of your money because I couldn't find anything that said anything detoxes and restores your liver to what it was.
yeah.
You can rest your liver clearly and, like, get it, but you're not gonna remove that stain, as you were saying.
Wow.
So, don't buy into it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
So at this point in this episode, I feel a little discouraged
Mm,
and depressed.
I know. But the high note is that, like, we really do have the ability to eat healthy and keep it as clean as we can.
Okay, so on that note, I did find some liver-friendly foods.
Okay.
Do you want the list? It's
So
quite
when
long,
okay, wait,
actually.
let me ask you this. So when you went to the acupuncturist and she said your liver's blocked, did you immediately go look up, "Okay, what should I eat for liver friendly?"
Well, she told me, I think I shared this, is she told me I need to do a blood type diet so
Oh,
that
yeah,
would
yeah, yes.
match the proteins in my blood and be easier for my body to break it down.
Mhm.
Um, I did not look up liver-friendly foods, to be honest,
Oh,
until
okay.
we started researching this episode.
Okay, so what are some?
Um, Fish and seafood, because it's very high in omega-3 fatty acids.
Okay.
The list is quite long, so tell me whenever you want me to stop.
Okay. Is
Low
it
fat,
everything food that's healthy?
yeah.
Okay, go on. Like, you're not gonna say donuts and surprise us, are you?
Oh my god, that would be the best, wouldn't it?
What if you just snuck that in and I was like, "Wait, what? What?" I kinda want you to one time just read a list and be, like, all serious and be like, "Bananas and apricots and peaches and donuts and grapes," and I'll be like, "See if I'm paying
I
attention."
wish donuts were on the list. I love
Anyway,
donuts.
okay, go ahead.
Low-fat yogurt and kefir. It's great
Okay.
bacteria and reduces inflammation and improves your immune system. So basically anything that helps your gut health, which will help your liver health.
Okay.
Whole grains, it helps regulate bowel movements because a lot of the waste gets removed from your waist.
Mm,
Maintain stable blood sugar. Whole grains support overall cardiovascular health, which is important for those with liver issues. Nuts, which decrease inflammation, insulin resistance, and oxidative stress. Don't ask me what that is. I don't know. Um, Olive oil, because they say for people who have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease to do a Mediterranean diet, because
mm,
all of the things that are here basically are in the Mediterranean diet, like whole foods and olive oil and very little meat.
okay.
Beetroots, they're
Ew,
rich in oxidants. Some people like them.
I believe it.
Avocados, legumes, garlic, coffee,
Mm,
which is an antioxidant and lowers inflammation. Cruciferous vegetables.
okay, which
Cruciferous
is
vegetable is broccoli, cauliflower, kale, cabbage, bok choy, arugula, anything in that family. Because
okay.
if you think about it, cruciferous vegetables, and this is tricky for people who have thyroid because some people who have thyroid issues cannot eat cruciferous vegetables, but they act like a broom or Roomba. You know what I
Oh,
like?
yeah,
They sweep everything out. Green tea,
okay.
herbs and spices, soy and whey protein, leafy green vegetables, oatmeal.
So okay. Yeah,
I have 5 more, 6 more. Turmeric, sunflower seeds, which are rich in vitamin E, which is helpful in treating a non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, lean meats, berries, grapefruit, and prickly pear.
prickly pear, I've never eaten a prickly pear, I just
I
saw it at
haven't
the store
either.
the other day.
I haven't either.
You haven't? That
Mm-mm.
shocks me. I feel like you eat everything that I don't.
I'm very picky though, so
Really?
yeah.
A prickly pear is a fruit, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw them at the store and I was like, "Oh." Hmm,
So I think the takeaway for me is we really need to be focusing on good nutrition.
mhm.
And then a lot of these diseases and problems with our organs will sort of be mitigated.
Yeah, mitigated or, um I mean, for some people, they could prevent it from ever
Yes.
coming.
Yes.
Like, I don't think I have it yet, so why should I need to make the steps to correct it now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
Because
As also, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just because I didn't know that it did so much.
Yeah. A couple of things I was reading about the Chinese medicine. The liver is easily affected by emotions. So breathing through the nose can really help. So meditation, mindfulness, yoga, tai chi, qigong, anything that feels relaxed.
Okay. Breathing through your nose is good for your liver.
And there's a whole technique to it, which I didn't really explore that too much, but that's supposed to be really, really helpful.
Wow,
Because
and we
it becomes like diaphragmatic, like you breathe through your diaphragm. Anybody who sings kind of knows what that is. And then you fill up your whole like belly and then
mhm.
you release it. So,
Well, my takeaway from that is, like, if you drink a lot like, even if you drink a decent amount and you're a mouth breather and you eat like crap, you really gotta correct at least one of those things.
mhm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or and if you have sleep apnea, throw that in there because sleep apnea, you
Yes.
always breathe with your mouth open. So
Yes.
you really need to worry about your liver.
Yes. Everybody should.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty good info.
Yes. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
So,
So I have nothing to do with my call to action has nothing to do with this topic though for the week.
okay.
It's the arms, I'm gonna add that to it still, the one day.
Okay.
But I also want to do a social media, detox. I'm gonna pretend social media is my liver
Oh, why?
because I catch myself doing what you talked about a long time ago is, like, when your alarm goes off, I go to turn it off, and I immediately look at something on there, and then I get sucked in.
Mhm.
So, I'm not gonna get sucked into that. I'm gonna check it, like, once or twice a day and put it away.
I like that.
I'm gonna try. I need to detox it a little bit. It's just getting too much. And honestly, it's escapism for me, and I'm wondering if
Mhm.
that's what it is for a lot of people, and we don't wanna talk about it. Like, I don't wanna deal with what's going on. I don't wanna do what I have to do at home. I don't want to figure out this. I don't wanna have to I don't wanna pay for David's driving school, so I'm gonna go on Facebook and just look at this for another half hour, and then I'll do it later, and then something distracts me, and do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yes.
I think social media has become an escapism from my life at this
Yes.
point, and I need to change that. So, that's my main call to action this week, and I'm gonna throw the arms in there too.
Wow, you got a twofer.
Well, I'm the stupid arm thing has been for 45 years, I feel like at this point. I don't know. It's gotta one of these days, it's gonna click in my head.
Yeah.
So, what about you?
Um, I don't know where I read or heard about this.
Oh,
I don't remember. I wish I knew the source. But so if I work out, I don't worry about my steps. And if I take a walk, I count that as my workout.
okay.
So what I would like to do or like to try to do is at least 5 days of the week, I want to try to get 10,000 steps even if I'm working out. Like if I do the bike or, I'm going to not count that as part of my steps.
So, wait, so if you do the bike, that's not gonna be part of you're gonna do 10,000 steps on top of the bike?
Right.
Okay,
And I said 5 days a week.
okay. That's just because you think you read it somewhere, or is it because you don't think that you work out, but you don't move enough after it?
I think I don't move enough in the whole day total. If I've worked out, I just count that. I mean, I'm sure I'm up and downstairs and whatever, but I need to do a little bit more and more consistently.
Okay. Are you gonna look at your watch more?
Mhm. Well, I
Okay.
mean, it's not like I'm not looking at it.
I know, yeah, but sometimes we look at it, but we're not looking at that thing, that
I
part of it.
think what I have to go check and see. I have an Apple Watch and see if there's a thing for steps. Um, if I need to change my goal.
Oh, okay.
So I might need to change my goal on my watch.
Okay.
So then I can know if I close that ring, then I hit my goal.
Okay. I like it. Good plan for you.
Gonna try.
All
Gotta
right.
try something.
All right. This will be good. And then we're gonna think of our trifecta challenge too.
Yes.
All right. Well, I will see you
Yes.
next week.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.